I honestly wasn't sure if I should post this video. I set up this home gym about 3 months ago and spent a good chunk of money on it. But now that I look back, I'm not sure if it was worth it. I just thought, what's the harm in taking you guys through the entire process so you don't make the same mistake that I did? I honestly thought I was going to use everything every day and get into the best shape of my life in 2025. And at the time, it felt like the right decision because my life is super busy. Before we dive in, I just want to say, yes, staying healthy is important, but no, you're not going to need all the equipment that you're going to see in today's video to stay healthy. What really makes a difference is your diet, so focus on that first. I've talked about eating healthy with PCOS condition in this video, so if you want, you can check that out first. And if you have been waiting for my PCOS related content, I promise they are coming. I'm just doing my research because I don't want to put out misinformation. So thank you for your patience and let's get into it. Let me show you the space that I'm working with. So this is our laundry room in the basement. I know, not exactly Pinterest worthy, but I think basements are supposed to look like this. And I just need a small space to work out. So I think this will be perfect. Previous owners used this space as a storage space, and I don't blame them because they lived here for like 25 years. But because of that storage, there are a lot of spiders in this room. Not even kidding. I think I should start charging them rent because there are so many of them. I'll be a millionaire by the end of this year. But my point being, we need a good deep cleanup of this space before I start doing all the good stuff like putting the equipment, gym mats, and everything. In case you're wondering why this room out of all the other rooms in the house, it's because of these big mirrors that I have. And if you've ever worked out, you know how important mirrors are. I personally love working out in front of the mirrors. That way I can see if my form is correct. And let's just say I love watching myself. I hope that's not creepy. Plus, the lighting here is surprisingly good. We have a pair of tube lights, big tube lights. So it's perfect, gives you enough light, which is a bonus because nobody wants to work out in a dark, dungeony space. Like I said, there are a lot of spiders and spider webs in this room. So before I start with the good stuff, like the fun stuff, it needs a good cleanup. I'll be using a shop vac, which is very loud. So I'm just gonna put my hair up in a bun and use my headphones. So this has noise cancelling feature which will protect my ears, I guess, hopefully. I really wanted to add a stationary bike to our home gym setup, and this one arrived the very next day I finished cleaning up the basement. My husband helped me install it, and honestly, it was super easy to put together. For now though, it's not going to the basement just yet. It's staying in the living room until the dining table setup is done. One thing that I love is that it comes with two front wheels, making it super easy to roll around and place anywhere you like. In case you're wondering, this is the Yisul G1M Plus bike, and they actually gifted me this bike to complete our home gym setup, so a huge shout out to them. Now let's talk about some of my favorite features. First up, screen projection. This is such a cool feature because you can cast YouTube or any other content directly into bike's display for free. No extra devices or apps needed, just plug in and play. Personally, I love watching my Netflix shows on TV while getting a good cardio session, but to unlock all the features, I highly recommend downloading their app. There's a free version and a subscription version. I really love their workout classes with a virtual instructor because they keep me motivated, and you can choose your difficulty level, which is such a great feature. Nice job. This makes workouts so much fun and engaging. So if you're thinking about getting this bike and want to level up your home workouts, don't forget to use my code for a sweet discount. Plus check the link in the description box to get a free trial of their app. I was so tired yesterday. I shopped back the floor twice and mopped it 3 or 4 times. The whole process was so exhausting and my back was killing me. And let me remind you, once you're in your 30s, things just don't feel the same way as they used to when you were in your 20s. And I'm 34, so I need to take care of my body before I take care of anything else. That's the whole reason why we are setting up this home gym. But let's not get sidetracked. The next step is to install gym flooring mats. I already ordered them from Amazon last week. They are here. Let's see what we are working with. I need to figure out the area that I'm gonna cover, and I've heard that they are super difficult to install, so I don't know how much time it's gonna take, but I have the whole day. Also, season 3 of The Bling is out, so I'm gonna watch that. This is so confusing. None of the corners are lining up. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And we are done. Took me hour and a half. That's because we have a floor drain and a door, so I had to improvise and cut a few pieces myself. But it's looking good. I'm glad that the thickness of this floor mat is exactly what I needed. I was afraid reading some reviews that the quality won't be good enough. I think that's it for today. Maybe later this afternoon I'll move some small equipment like dumbbells and the barbell bar, some weights. Now that I have my energy back, I believe we can restart the process and bring some small equipment in. These ones are really heavy. Everything was in the garage, and these adjustable dumbbells are so heavy. It's been a while since I worked out, and it's showing. Now that you have seen everything, let's talk about what worked and what didn't. First off, discipline is key. No matter where your gym is, whether it's in your basement or across the town, you'll show up for yourself if you have discipline. And unfortunately, I've learned this the hard way. A home gym doesn't automatically make things easier, and I realized this because, well, I joined a gym again. Right now, I'm taking some personal training sessions so that I can build a habit of like going there regularly every week, showing up 3 to 4 times a week. But I'll be completely honest, there are some days when I'm just overwhelmed, overworked, and super tired. Maybe I'm on my period and I don't feel like going to the gym. Those days, I do come to the basement and maybe do a bit of stretch, yoga, and a lot of things that I have here, like adjustable dumbbells. I do get a lot of use out of them. So these are the things that I'll use maybe once in 2 weeks. So not that much, but still it's helpful. It's easily accessible. But there's one thing that I use daily, and that's the stationary bike in our living room. Hands down, the best decision. After our evening snacks, I just hop onto the bike because it's right there in our living room. It's so easy to use. I just spend like 15 to 20 minutes every evening while watching our favorite series or a Netflix show. And honestly, I'm not saying this because it was gifted. It's honestly a game changer. The worst decision has to be this Amazon bench. There's something seriously wrong with this bench. I hate it. I find that for upper body it's still fine, but the whole reason that I bought this bench was because you can do both upper body and your lower body. You can do hamstring curls and you can do so many other exercises that they show on their website. There's definitely something wrong with every movement that you do with your legs. It really strained my knees, and that's why I barely showed it on the video. Just don't waste your money on it. Coming from a culture or a family where exercise is not a big part of your daily routine, I know how hard it can be to build a habit. It's a mental game. You have to push yourself to show up. But to all the girls in their 20s and 30s, it's high time that you start doing strength training. Start with 2 times a week, then slowly build up to 3, 4 times a week. It's really important that you build strong muscles and keep a goal in mind. Think about what you are trying to achieve, and don't do it for physique or a sexy figure, to get bigger glutes or to have thin waist, but do it for your bones. Do it for your future self. Imagine when you're in your 40s and 50s, you're lifting heavy weights without a care in the world. So have that goal in mind. Trust me, you don't want weak bones or osteoporosis. I don't know how you pronounce it. My point being, you don't want that later in your life. And strength training has a number of other health benefits. So start doing that for yourself. Nobody's gonna show up for you. Nobody's gonna tell you to wake up in the morning. Nobody's coming for you. Nobody's going to save you. Not your husband, not your parents. You will have to do this for yourself. No matter how hard it is, in a few weeks, in a few months, this will become a habit. So I think I've rambled enough for today's video. At the end of the day, you know what's good for you. If setting up a home gym motivates you, do that. Going to the gym motivates you, do that. If hiring a personal trainer is something that you want to do, yes, invest in your future self. I really hope that we all learned something from this very random video that you clicked on, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.